Hi, guys. We're streaming, and I hope you like streaming too. Title's still teaching, right? It's not so much teaching, Rain. We're so science isn't coming at all. Wait, this game has genies? Whoa. It's like it's more than Dungeons and Dragons. It's like Dungeons and Dragons and genies. I don't have the live stream up. I just have the chat.
My live stream is up, but I don't have sound. I'm not getting sound for some reason.
You sound great. Yeah. You sound like David Beckham and Ryan Reynolds mixed together. It's really handsome. Yeah, but I muted it. I'm just keeping an eye on the chat, just in case any of my fans want to know how many abs I have or how many bicycles I have, because I'm so extreme. Yeah, listen, no spoilers. I want people to find out on their own, I'm sad. Next episode's real sad, guys. It's the drama episode. Usually these are comedies, right? But there's a little drama in that next one. We lost a member. It's really sad. We lost him to stupidity. He was stupid.
I don't have the chat thingy.
Yeah, I just heard me
Looks
talk
like
about
voicemail.
the whole stupid. That's weird because I'm getting all the sound. I'm talking to the genie now, and I'm on my way. That cleric is Maniac Boy, aka Nim to the Rizzo, Nim Vin Diesel. Cleric is Maniac Boy, aka Nim to the Rizzo, Nim Did you hear that?
Yeah. Okay. I think it might be working now.
I don't have chat, so you'll have to let me know if there's anything going on in chat.
Okay. Whatever the case may have been, I think it's working now. So I'm going to redo the intro for those that missed it. We got several more people watching now anyways, and then we're going to step in and get started. So just give me a minute. Okay, so it appears that we had technical difficulties with the audio, but hopefully all of you, the pleasant voice of Voodoo, all of you are hearing me now. Okay, so this was supposed to be this week's Teaching Raid live stream, but if you missed it earlier, I didn't have any sign-ups this week. Didn't have any sign-ups this week, which isn't surprising because EDQ is an older raid. It's very soloable, and plus at this point in the season, you know, we work through every raid twice as a teaching raid. So a lot of people that wanted to join the teaching raids joined them the first go around, and the second go around there's often less people signing up, and plus we're into the summer now and less people are playing. So not surprising that we don't have any sign-ups. So I still wanted to do a live stream, and so what I thought I would do here is get the band together. I've got the Reaper Life team together here, and we're just going to run the pre-raid and the raid on Epic Elite. And, you know, I'm going to show what I'm doing because every week there are always people. The reason why we do these live streams is because there are always people from other servers watching that are learning along with us. So I'll go ahead and explain, you know, how things work. And if you have any questions about what we're doing, please ask in chat. And if you have any questions about the Reaper Life series, please ask about that as well. So we're all on our alts. Maniac Boy is Nimvind, and Herika is Inamurata. Lemuria is Lil Mama. Jimmy's is going to join us shortly. He's just finishing up a quest. And Syax won't be able to join us. He's actually not in-game right now. So if you have any questions about the DQ pre-raid or the DQ raid or the Reaper Life series, fire away. Other than that, enjoy the show. Alright, we're going to do EE, guys.
E to the O? Wow.
Oh crap, I need to talk to him again.
Uh-oh, I even said...
And I was sure I clicked twice.
Mama.
Bad girl.
So the first
My bad.
first thing I'm going to mention, guys, is the puzzle solver that I used for like all DDO puzzles,
Don't
whether it
worry,
was the
I'll
Reaper
arrive
Raid
with
or
Maniac,
or the
yeah.
Litany puzzle or the DQ puzzle or Riddle here,
I'm already halfway
which was
there.
it was called Cubicle Ninja. That's been down for a week, so
Oh,
I'm
that's
wondering like
wonderful,
if
yes.
that's gone forever. So I can no longer use Cubicle Ninja for this riddle, but the answers to the riddle are on DDO Wiki. So if you have used Cubicle Ninja in the past for resources, you know, most of that stuff is available elsewhere. But just to let you know, that resource doesn't seem to be available anymore. I'm gonna keep my eye on it, but it might be gone forever. I don't know what's up with that. If you know what's up with that, please let me know.
Yeah, Reaper Life is pre-recorded.
In front of a
It's
live
on
for
studio
your guys'
audience.
safety.
Like Colbert's pre-show announcer says, it's live on tape.
But it's mostly
Okay.
for you guys' safety.
Hungry,
you know.
grasping, devious.
What Syax
According
says
to
it
the
has
wiki,
to be
it is
edited.
that. That is the solution. So if you're, is there anybody watching the live stream right now who has never done
He suffers from
against the Demon Queen
illusions
pre-raid
of
before?
grandeur. It's so weird watching myself buff you guys while I'm buffing you guys. It's like Inception.
Wait for me, I'm almost there.
It's a buff inside a buff.
Sinatra, are you for real that you have never done this? Jim White, okay, you have never done. Okay, we got two. Looks like we got two people at least in the chat that have never done this, and one says that he has never raided. Well, Jim, one of the reasons why we do these teaching raids and do the live stream is to try to get people involved. You know, we want to show that raiding, you know, can be smooth, and raiding can be most importantly, it can be fun. When I started raiding when I was a noob, you know, 4, 5, 6 months into the game, you know, I was joining pugs. You know, I wasn't in the High Lords back then, and I didn't have, you know, I was just in a nothing guild, and I didn't really have a lot of friends in the game, so I was joining pug raids, and I found like the leaders just all yelly and screamy and didn't want to explain anything, and if something went wrong, they're screaming over mic, yelling at people for not doing what they're supposed to be doing, even though they didn't explain like, here's what we're gonna do and here's everybody's job. Jimmy's gonna join us. Hey Jimmy, we just stepped in.
Hey.
The live stream is going. Come on in, buddy. So Nimidium here is Jimmy's
cool.
alt. And so in those early days of DDO for me, like I said, 4 or 5 months into the game, it kind of made me want to quit DDO. Because I was just like, if this is what endgame is like, you know, if it's just going to be a bunch of elitist jerks screaming and crying, then I don't want any part of it. And it was kind of a discouraging experience for me, getting into those early raids. And then I, you know, met somebody who's actually in High Lords, who it was like my first experience with like joining a raid and having the raid leader like explaining, like, here's what we're gonna do, here's what everybody's job is gonna be, here's how we're going to succeed. And it was like, wow, this is amazing. I know what to do now, and this is fun. You know, so that was, you know, that's part of what makes me want to do these teaching raids today. So, you know, if you haven't raided before, these teaching raids are set up for, you know, to bring people into the raiding community. So what I'm doing here, so when you do, this is the pre-raid now. You have to do this every time you run the Demon Queen raid. You have to do the pre-raid. You only have the flagging quests, you only have to do them once. The 3 flagging quests, which is Wiz King, Chains of Flame, Offering of Blood. And you can do that on Heroic or Epic and still flag just the same for either the Heroic or Epic pre-raid and raid. So when you step into the pre-raid here, there's this riddle book here. And I don't even know how to read this riddle, okay? But what you're looking for here, and you just go to Wiki, just like Google DDO Demon Queen riddle, and you'll get a link to the wiki that'll tell you how to solve it. But basically what you're looking for, you don't need to know, you don't need to read the whole damn thing. There's this part with the capitalized words here. It says like, hungry is the first to draw blood, grasping and devious never cross, mockery strikes close to die. What this riddle is telling you is the order in which you need to do the 6 hallways. There are 6 different hallways that are all
I'm back.
indicated, but like there's a crest indicating which hall that is.
Usually
like,
around now the crowd goes wild.
The monkey hall, the wolf hall, the octopus hall. There's like a little animal crest above each hall.
It's more like when Kelly enters the room and married with children.
The order in which you need to do those halls
guys start listening.
Is different every time, and this riddle is what
thinking
tells
that
you.
maybe isn't exactly the reaction.
So there's a way to sort of figure it out, but I don't know. I just go to the wiki, and what you're looking for is just these capitalized words. So you just you just need to look at the first 3: hungry, grasping, and devious. You go over to wiki, you scroll down until you get the solution where hungry, grasping, and devious is the first part of the riddle, and it'll tell you the order of the halls, which I have done, and the order is this right here. I just copied and pasted that from the DDO wiki entry. So the order that we're doing the hallways in is wolf first, then octopus, then monkey, then bat, then snake, then scorpion, and then we can finish up the quest, and then that's what flags us for the raid. Isn't it funny that
the only thing I can have to bring to this is a cleric and Evan's a cleric?
It's a coincidence. And so we're doing the pre-raid on Epic Elite
right now. It's like rain
now.
on your wedding day, right?
It's like Black Fly and Chardonnay. So on Epic Elite, you got these discombobulation orbs. They do like a Mordenkainen's just junction on you if you walk into them, and it's uber laggy because of the way that DDO calculates things behind the scene. You walk into those orbs and, you know, it just lags right out, and it's easy to walk off the edge and just be really careful if you walk into those things. Don't panic. Know that you're gonna just like lag right out. And, okay, so first hall is wolf. And so if you, I guess we can clear out the Ifrit. Each hall has a couple of free.
Alright, since we're heading to wolf, we might as well reflect on the time we did this in replay.
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna show that as an episode. But feel free to talk about it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if it's not an episode, I feel more comfortable talking about no spoilers. So, in Reaper Life, I think we did this on R7?
No, I don't think so. I think we did R6.
Really?
Yeah,
I thought it was a high one.
No, because the Demon Queen hits really, really hard. And I had only done it on R5 at that point. You really need like a tank proper and a healer proper to do that. So I only wanted to step it up one more.
Check the notes, because remember before we stepped in, you're like, okay, we're going to try R7, but you really have to heal me. And I'm like, I got you.
Okay, I'm going to check the notes right now, but I promise you it's R6.
Anyone need death ward or anything?
I could use it, probably, the spell.
Yeah, it was R6,
Okay.
Meister.
Poor Ginger. Damn it. I was hoping to be right.
Did you get that?
Okay, so you can
Yeah,
see
I
the
got
end of the hall, there's this crest. It's kind of hard to see because it's like, you know, dark blue on black. But anyways, that's like a wolf symbol. These are the standard crests used throughout DDO. Anyway, so this is the wolf. This is saying this is the wolf hall. And the wolf hall is always in this, you know, it's always this hall is the wolf hall. But what changes is the order in which you need to do them. Wolf isn't always going to be first, so you have to decipher that riddle. And wolf, down the wolf hall is Thorac Hounds. And we're doing this in Reaper mode. Oh man, those Thorac Hounds, their Cyclonic Blast is insane. I mean, just over the top. One shot.
But, like, I wanted to lament on the fact that those Cyclone Blasts are no joke.
Yeah, they're sick.
Like, this is a dangerous haul. Almost as dangerous as Insinual.
Collectible over here. Some Barney Rubble. I mentioned earlier that this is a very soloable raid. So the pre-raid is not a raid, but you do have to do it every time before you run the raid. So this is just a 6-person quest. And so traditionally what you would do is you would have 2 going simultaneously. Somebody will lead group 1, another person leads group 2. But by today's standards, you know, this is, you know, if you're
Hey, Brandon.
going to learn raids or learn to solo
I
raids,
suggest it.
this is the first
Come to
raid you
Sarlona.
should
Everyone
solo.
should come to Sarlona.
Especially if you go in there over level. Like if you're just trying to get like base items, you can take your, you know, your epic tune into Heroic Demon Queen and just smash it, utterly smash it.
The reason why we do the tunnels this order is because there's a book, an altar with a book on it in the beginning, and it tells you a riddle. It'll be like the cat and the fiddle and the silver spoon or some shit, and then you're like, oh, well, we need to do wolf, octopus, monkey, bat, snake, scorpion in that order. The reason why there's an order is if you try to do it without order, you get imprisoned in the freaking tunnel of
Love.
skeletons, and then and
We'll do one out of order to show what happens.
All right, yeah, I can handle the undead.
So next is Octopus. So we're going to go ahead and do Snake next, just to show what happens when you choose unwisely.
This is what happens to you.
So and actually some groups
Snake
will,
is also the shortest corridor if you want to do one out of order for the optional XP.
yeah, it's actually an optional. When you do it out of order, you can get some extra XP, and it's quick and easy
So that
XP.
way you're not wasting a ton of time.
And it's like, it's a decent amount. It's like 10 grand for, you know, what could take, you know, less than a minute. You get sent to a penalty box where there's some undead named mobs. So you hit this thing here, and it's like, you have chosen wrongly.
Oh, the red name.
And so
I
you
didn't
get
know
sent here to the
lose
penalty
your
box.
gear when it transfer. I thought you transfer it off.
And there's all these
You
red
lose
named
your
undead.
TR cache. You keep your gear. You keep your character bank. You don't take anything in the shared bank with you.
Do you keep your dignity? So killing each one of these guys, we're getting 3,500
So
for
you
each
know
of
that
those
thing
4
right there
guys.
can turn these guys?
So that's 1,400 XP for, what did that take us, 30 seconds?
I guess I can.
I'm not even paying attention. So like I said, a lot of groups will actually do the you know, have somebody do one of them wrong just to get the extra
But I can
XP.
heal them. When I get that feeling, I need living healing.
Okay, what's next?
Octo.
Octo. Also, don't ever fall down there because there's no way out. It's just a big
Wait,
frickin'
isn't it?
lava
Oh, yeah,
pit.
this is Octopus.
Okay, so it's not like in the DQ raid, it's set up similar to this, but there's actually like portals down there to get back up. In the pre-raid here, if you fall down there, you're screwed. The only thing you can do, the only really way to get out of it is to D-door
Is there a
out.
way to get
And
your
if you
shared
don't have
bank tra-
D-door
like, if you
out, if
transfer
you don't have
all your
D-door,
shared
you have to have
transfers
somebody
to
go down there
your shared
and
No.
like
transfer or
jump
no?
out of the lava
Oh,
while
man.
casting D-door,
So
and then
this
you
is
like
what I
jump
would
into the
do
D-door.
then. I would win the lotto and get like a bunch of tunes, get all your shared bank shit in there, get all your stuff in there, all these tunes, then transfer over.
So
Oh, this is gonna
Octopus
be hilarious. I
is
don't have
an
water
underwater
breathing on
section. So you
Meister.
swim through here.
Meister.
There's a lever right here that you need to pull, which they already
That's
pulled.
me.
And then you swim over here. And there's going to be another lever in this room that's going to be like in one of 3 locations. It can be right there behind this block. It can be like straight up here, which is this is where it was. Or it can be like right here.
Voodoo, what are you doing?
He's showing stuff.
I just had a sneezing fit. I was trying very hard not to let that get into the live stream.
Oh, God, Meister.
Collectible. And there's a key down there.
Don't worry,
He's
guys.
there's gonna be infight in this hall.
And the key that you get from down there, which they already got, opens up
Oh
this
shit,
door.
they're eating my brain.
And you pull
Meister.
that lever, and then that just opens up the way to the end fight of this particular hall, which I'm swimming across to now. And Meister ran ahead.
Don't
okay.
raise him.
Incoming.
It'll only encourage him.
Oh, I thought you ran ahead here. So,
He did, and then he died,
did.
and everything reset.
that's fantastic.
Yeah, you totally missed it. That could have been in the blooper reel.
Kill the 2
Gotta
mind
show
flayers,
everything.
hit the
What's gonna
plaque,
happen?
spawns the Rakshasa, kill the Rakshasa. You can actually D-door out this point. You don't have to kill the Rakshasa for the hall to be considered complete. It's actually clicking on the plaque that completes the hall, so sometimes people just D-door out at this point. Or you can just kill them and walk out. Anybody have the search for the secret
me.
passage?
Not me.
So right
I
here,
don't think so.
there's a
I don't
secret
know.
door right here, and it just hides a chest. There's a chest down there, a chance of dropping epic seals. But on Epic Elite, you can't use
Yeah, I don't
juicing.
like this tune, so I don't have anything on him.
You have to have somebody who can search it out. Okay, those watching the live stream, I'm having a massive sneezing fit right now, and I'm... Holy shit. Guys, I just heard a massive boom. I need to go check out whatever the hell it was. I'll be right back. Pardon me, live streamers, I just heard something
It's
really
probably
freaking loud
Beyonce's
outside. I'll be right
latest
back.
CD. Alright, so that was Octopus. We gotta go do the monkeys. Hey, hey, we're the monkeys.
We'd have to wait so it can be live streamed.
Oh, that's true. Damn
Yeah,
it.
wait for Blue. We need little shoulder cameras.
Yellow GoPros.
Yeah. DDO GoPros.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Hey, so while we're waiting on Ginger, oh man, did he AFK in the middle of the water? No,
No,
I
he's
think I'm
just
behind.
checking something.
I'm back. I don't know what it was, but
Welcome back.
I wonder if it came through on the live stream. Like something sounded like a sonic boom or something. I don't know. It was super loud.
Thunder?
It did not sound like thunder.
Ooh.
It's probably UFOs, dude. It'll be fine. Couple mutilated
I had a
cows.
flashback when I was a kid. When I was 15 years old, I had gotten home from school. I was home alone. I was playing on my Commodore 64, and I heard this loud boom outside. I was like, what the heck? I jump up, I look outside, and like a pickup truck had smashed through the brick wall of our backyard. And these kids were like flying out of it. We found out they had stole the truck from like the Circle K at the corner. And they were like flying down the road at 80. Couldn't make the corner and went flying through our brick wall almost into our pool. So I just flashed back to like when I was 15.
So monkey?
Okay, is Monkey next? It looks like it. So,
Yep.
Do you guys remember the name of the actual members of the band Monkeys?
there was Davy Jones and Mickey Dolenz. That's all I know. So if you ever
That one.
if you ever join one of these in progress and you're not sure which one, which hall you're on,
twin or something, and he was a criminal, and so like I guess they switched places for a day or something.
if you look in the upper right hand corner, it tells you what hall you're on. You can see it says recite the glyphs of the third sword. So in that order, wolf, octopus, monkey, bat, snake, scorpion, you're on the third one. It says the third sword.
I prefer
So
this
we're on monkey.
EE than freaking Reaper 6, that's for sure.
It's definitely worth doing breakables in here too. This is a really good XP quest. So again, even if you're not a raider, like this is one you can solo. It's great XP, and there's some still some relevant items that come from the raid. Some items that are pretty cool. And one of my favorite toys from the raid, and you know, it's not an essential piece of gear, but it's the Staff of Arcane Power. And it's not a staff that I like to use other than just the spell selection on it. You click it, and you get this selection of 7 spells: Magic Missile, Ray of Enfeelment, Lightning Bolt, Fireball, Cone of Cold, Hold Monster, Globe Invulnerability. So some of these spells can be really handy situationally just to have. There's another secret passage here, which hides another chest that can drop seals.
What did I just do?
We can't search that out, so we can just keep going.
Alright, I'll stay by the lever.
So there was a lever up there that has to be pulled that opens this gate. So one person can pull the lever and the same person can get through the gate. You just have to be really quick about it. Some Kate Moss over here.
Barney Rumble, Kate Moss.
When you do this at level, and you can totally solo this, you know, like at level. Well, if you're going for bravery, elite bravery bonus, you would be doing this at level 14. If you're doing it for max Reaper XP, you'd be doing this at level 12. And it's totally soloable, but it can be challenging to solo this, like for elite bravery bonus at 14, or you know, definitely challenging solo on Reaper at 12, even if it's just Reaper 1. In this monkey area, the casters that are like on these pillars, the caster wild men, are just killer.
Oh, I got locked out.
I'm just gonna do it.
You're not fully locked out.
Damn it. I can't make it. I'm not fast enough.
I am such a good dancer. Check out these skills.
What's after monkey? I'll just wait there.
That.
Wow. Kind of going in order here, right? Anyone else have questions about the raid or, you know, anything? Mostly about Nimbin. I'm really good at answering questions about how handsome he is.
So monkey's done now. Now we're going to the 4th one, which is bat. So it says recite the glyphs of the 4th sword. So a lot of times we do this with a group, people will split up and just solo a hall. So you don't have to sit there and ask like, oh, is this one done or is that one done? Like like I said, it tells you right there. You can always tell which one you're on because in the upper right hand corner, like it says, recite the glyphs of the fourth sword. Here, there's some traps, which can be really freaking crazy painful if you're doing this like at level bravery bonus or at level Reaper. There's sonic traps in this corner that they will wipe a party. Like, it's crazy on Reaper. I mean, just terrifying. And there's sonic traps in this corner too. So I'm going to show you how you avoid them. It's really easy to avoid them. And they can't be disabled. So you just hug the corner here, and you won't trigger them, just like that. You just hug in the corner, and you won't trigger the sonic trap. And here, you just hug this corner, you won't trigger the sonic trap. Now here, there's a whole bunch of sonic traps, like right here, right?
Collectible.
Now a trapper can disable most of them. There's a box here on the left, collectible. There's a box here on the right. And when you disable these traps, there will be a bunch of methods that spawn on each side when they're disabled. So sometimes it could be nice to give them a hand. But it won't disable the center sonic trap. So even when the traps are disabled, you still want to run through the side. If you can't disable the traps, if you just run through like the very side, you'll usually at most get hit by one of them.
I have to tell you, you have to eat one avocado a day. With the freaking seed and all.
I heard avocado pits are really bad for you, dude.
That's why Nimbin's so good, because why he's so beast is because he's bad to the bone. He has no teeth. If you ever look at my tune, he has no teeth. None. Just because of those avocado pits. And the question about our guild, we don't really open, like, we don't like have, hey, we're accepting new members. It's kind of like you just kick it. Just come and kick it, guys.
So a better way to explain what Meister was saying is in High Lords we don't openly recruit.
Magic things can happen.
If you are interested in running with us and getting to know us,
join
our. We host 3 public events every week. Our Tuesday Abbot Fest, our Friday Raid Fest, and then Saturday teaching raids in the winter and spring. And so, run with us, get to know us. The people that run with us regularly in those public events, we'll start inviting them to our guild raids when we have space. And so, build a relationship with us. That's where it starts. And sometimes, those people have gone on to join High Lords where it makes sense. But basically, we only pull in people into this guild that we know really well and that we run with. Because why would we bring in people that we don't know? It doesn't make any sense. This guild has been around for a long time, almost since the beginning of the game. And I've been here for going on 7 years. And we're basically sort of a full guild. Like we got a pretty solid crew, but we always bring in new people. We bring in people, maybe 1 to 2 new people per month, just sort of on average. But it's always like people that we run with and have gotten to know. We never just openly recruit people we don't know. But like I said, this is a pretty big guild, and if we were just openly recruiting, I mean, we would literally be full. And literally nobody could bring in a new alt. Because a lot of people don't know this, but a guild in DDO can only have 1,000 alts in it. Not accounts, but alts. And that sounds like a lot, but to say that another way, that's 100 guildies with 10 alts each. That's not very much. And, at our peak, we had 144 guildies, so that would be 7 alts per guildie. And then we'd literally be full and not be able to take anymore. So, we don't have space. They would just be taking everybody. But like I said, run with us, get to know us, build a relationship with us, and that can open doors. And we'll run with anybody. We welcome all cool people. If you're cool, you're friendly.
Don't forget,
even if you don't know the content, if you're willing to learn. If you're willing to learn this stuff, we'll teach you. It's all good. the people that we bring in has nothing to do with their skill level, because like Meister here would have never gotten into High Lords if it was based on his skill level, because he doesn't know anything.
I might be drinking, but man is good.
I'm not paying attention. The hell are we doing? Snake.
Yeah.
But like Lemuria is one of our, like, which is Little Mama. She's one of our newer guildies, and we got to know her last year. She was joining a bunch of our teaching raids, and we got to know her, and we started inviting her to our other.
Because, talking about our High Lords entry stories, I literally was like a noob when I got in this guild. The only reason why I got in is because Orlin and Barias and all them were like, "Oh yeah, Nymphin's going with us." Or was Meister back then.
But she was joining a bunch of our teaching raids last
So
year,
I was
2016.
like a cookie or an add-on, or like when you download something, it's like, do you want McAfee's to come with it? Like, I'm McAfee.
You're malware, is what you're telling us.
Yes, but I turned out to be pretty cool.
You're a Trojan horse. So and
Yeah,
then so
guilty.
Lemuria started after joining our teaching raids. She started joining our public events, and then we started inviting her to our regular raids, and she was running with us all the time. And we had gotten to know her really well, and we were finally like, you know, we just need to bring her aboard. So it's not, you know, it's not that we don't take in new people. And it's not even that, you know, some people have gotten the wrong impression, like, oh, High Lords only takes the best players or something. It's totally not true. Like, skill level is literally has nothing to do with the people that we bring in here, because we were happy to teach people how the content works. You know, we can make people better players. That's easy. But what I can't do is I can't make people a better person. So we start with, you know, your therapist can maybe help you become a better person, but that's not what we do here in High Lords. So we start with good people, and we build skills from there. And I welcome, I've said this before, you're watching the live stream, you watch my video, like, I welcome you guys to run with us. Join our public events. That's how you get your foot in the door with us. That's how you get to know us.
Amen. Can't make them better. I can't heal stupid.
So here you got some poison traps. They can be disabled. We don't have a trapper. You can just jump over them. They can be really deadly on Reaper mode. If you're a druid in elemental form, or I guess a Sork in elemental form, you just walk right through them and they don't hurt you.
I guess I'm getting a little delay on the stream. Like I'm hearing you way before. Or way after. Something like that. I don't know.
But yeah, when I joined High Lords, like, I was pretty much a noob. And I remember joining High Lords raids, like, really early on, doing some stupid shit. Like, one of my most embarrassing moments was, like, I joined a High Lords Abbot, and I had only run the raid, like, once before, and maybe even never, I don't know. And it was like, they had called out the D doors, and I was supposed to go into one of the D doors, you know, if you run the Abbot raid, you know what I'm talking about. But instead of, like, clicking on the D door like you do a normal D door, I thought I would just automatically teleport like you do in some of the portals in this game. So I just ran through the D door, went right through it, fell into the water, and died. Like, and I'm just like, I'm surprised these guys ever want to run with me again. But they kept inviting me back to their raids, and they taught me a lot, you know. And so that those are my earliest memories of High Lords. And like I said, that was before I ever joined the guild. But they were cool enough to have me, keep bringing me back, you know. I don't know if they were all laughing at me in guild chat at that point, or what. Maybe they just felt bad for me.
Yeah, and High Lords would make fun of you for that. We wouldn't, like, stop playing with you.
But you know what? When that kind of stuff happens in our raids, we just try to have fun with it. You know, like good fun with it. Like it's all good. Dude, I will run with anybody. Like, you're welcome. Like, if you're
Meister
my level and I got room in my group,
That shit was pretty funny.
I'm happy to have you. Like, that goes for pretty much anybody. But I don't, like, if you're asking will I, like, run a life with you, like, I pretty much don't ever agree to
There's the
run,
Meister Cake
like, in a static
incident,
group with
and then
anybody.
The TOD ring incident
Because I have
on the forums.
I have such a, like, a crazy sleep play schedule that it just doesn't work well if I try to agree to run solidly with other people. And this Reaper life thing, you know, I had to do that. I had to agree to, like, you know, only play with this group for this life so that we're all the same level, etc., etc., and it's been challenging. Okay, so here we are. We did the 6 halls. We're at Queen Laylat. We fight her twice in the pre-raid. So this is the first time you just click on her, and then she's going to stick her little Ifriti guards on you, and then the Prince of Swords here. Now, I want to say this. For those of you that know this pre-raid, but haven't done it on Reaper yet, she is a bitch in Reaper mode. Now, maybe R1, 2, 3, maybe not so bad. Once you get to, like, R4, that's when you're going to need, like, a real tank and a dedicated healer. Because she is crazy. In Reaper Life, we did this on R6. Oh, man. It's just a good thing that Meister was, like, dedicated on his healer, healing Ginger. Now, Ginger's not a true tank. So if you had, like, a proper, like, paladin tank that was, like, uber spec for tanking, but then at the same time, you know, Ginger Spice has so many defensive path lives that, you know, she probably has, well, in any event, I would highly recommend that if you're going to do, like, R4 or above for the pre-raid in Reaper at level, that you have a dedicated tank and a dedicated healer. Because she's crazy. So we beat her the first time, and now you come in here and then you go for the chest, and she's like, screw you, I'm gonna kill you, I'm not really dead. And you kill her again. But you're not actually killing her again, you're just, like, sending her to the Circle of Eternity, which is where we're gonna face her again in the raid. Boom, that's the pre-raid. If you have any questions about the pre-raid, please let me know, and we're gonna do the raid right after this. And you can get a couple tokens. So what would we get for XP for that? This is aside from the optionals. I got almost 68,000 XP for that, and that's not even including that one optional. It was worth 14k. Thanks for the taxi. So that's like over 80,000 XP for that. So that right there is a good reason alone to learn to solo that, because it's a great XP, and you can run it every 3 days and try to get, you know, your base items, your epic items. Here's the part where we find out if everybody talked to the genie twice.
I did. The second time.
So, if you're watching the live stream and you're new to this, this is the mistake that noobs make. So I'm going to emphasize this. So after you've run it once, and and you wait your 3 days to come off timer, and you're going to run it again, you need to talk to Zawabi the Djinn, and you need to talk to him twice. You click on him, and when you click on him the first time, it just, like, resets the raid, and then you have to talk to him again to actually pick up the pre-raid. And so it's talking to him twice. That's the point I want to emphasize. You got to talk to Zawabi here twice to pick up the pre-raid. And what a lot of noobs do is they just talk to him once, and they run out there and do the pre-raid, which you can red box and not realize it. You finish the pre-raid, you come out here to do the raid, and you can't enter it because you never actually picked up the pre-raid. So make sure you talk to Zawabi twice, and you're actually picking up the pre-raid when you go out there. And then you just talk to Zawabi here, say, I want to go to the Circle of Eternity. I'm in on Epic Elite. And like I said, this is the most soloable raid in the game. Even if you're new to raiding, I want you to, if you got an epic tune, I want you to go in here and just just if you've never done it, just do it on
I'm the
heroic
part of the
normal. I
live stream where
promise
you're
you,
like,
you'll
talk to him,
smash
talk
it.
to him.
Okay, do it on heroic normal that first time, and then you're like, oh, this is crazy easy. Then do it on, you know, heroic hard, and then elite, and then come in here on epic normal, and then epic. Once you get that down, do it on epic hard. Once you get that, you know, I'm telling you, like, you can do this. So, like, those of you watching right now, you've never raided. The next time I do a live stream, I want to hear about how you did this. I want you to do this. That's an important theme of all the videos that I do. All the teaching raids is I want you guys to see that you can do this too. I don't want you to be afraid of raids just because they're called a raid. Like, come in here on your own. It's a great way to learn. You know, you watching it, just do it here, but also trying this stuff on your own is a great way to learn it. Even if you fail, like, you're gonna learn. And then maybe you won't make that mistake the next time. So the raid is super short.
I'm afraid of raids.
But make sure you don't move until everybody's in and ready, because as soon as you move forward, it starts stuff. Let's do it. And here where you're just fighting through a hallway of mobs, and it's just Ifrits, basically. There's some methods in this first group. And then once you kill that first group, a gate comes up and lets you go to the next group. It's a collectible here. A couple more Ifrits. You kill them, the gate comes up, and you go to the next group. And you just keep progressing through this hallway.
Don't forget your collectibles.
After a couple of minutes, those gates will start coming back down. So that's one of the reasons you don't want to start like before everybody's in or before everybody's ready, because people can actually get locked out back there when those gates start coming down. And you know, if you got some people that are a little squishy or something, they might not be able to fight their way through this by themselves on Epic Elite. You can just run past this last group of fire elementals that spawns. Click on the portal, it takes you to the shrine room. Not even going to bother shrining. And then you go through this portal, and that takes you to the Circle of Eternity, where the Demon Queen Lelat is waiting for you. Don't start it yet. I want to explain how the traditional method works, because it's actually relevant again with Reaper mode.
Are you talking about Spartan? Or
Yep,
what?
Spartan method. So I just want to take a minute to explain it.
So we have time to get our collectible?
Yeah, go ahead and get your collectibles right now if you want to, guys. The collectibles over the edge. There's a collectible down here,
Jump down.
down there in front of that portal, and there's a collectible on the other side too. It's down. You can't see it from here. There's another portal down there, but it's basically if you fall in the lava here, you can swim over to one of those portals, and it brings you right back here. So people have been smashing this raid without any effort for the last 2-3 years.
Yeah, they
okay? But traditionally, people would do what's called the Spartan method, because this raid historically was a really, really tough raid. Back in the day when the level cap was 20, she could just mow you down, you know. And the raid was so laggy. I mean, it was ridiculous. You would have 2 dedicated healers just spamming heals, like alternating mass heals, spamming the whole time. And it was so laggy, you would hope that you were alive when it finished. You know? It's ridiculous. Luckily, it's not laggy anymore. But when you get in here on Reaper mode and you start doing even just like mid skulls, like once you start getting to like 3, 4, like 3 skulls is very doable, I feel, although it's not a blow off. But once you get to like 4 skulls, like you got to be serious. You cannot blow this. You can't even blow it off 3 skulls. But when you start getting into those mid skulls, you really need to start taking this seriously, because she is crazy. Her swords do sonic damage, by the way, so have sonic resistance. But what Spartan method is, okay, I want everybody to come over here and line up on this line where I am. Just get in a line here. I'm just wanting to use you guys as demonstration models. So in the traditional Spartan method, you would have like your melee crew lined up in a line, and there's just this line here at the edge of this shape is just this is a good point of reference. So you would line up here, and then you would have your healers like right back here, and they would be throwing like mass heals, and then you have your casters in the back, like back here, and that way the mass heals of the healers are hitting everybody. They're hitting the melee group, they're hitting the casters behind. Okay, so that's just one strategy you can use to beat the Demon Queen. Alternatively, if you have a proper tank, you can keep her the tank can keep her faced away from everybody else while they're beating on her from behind. She does have the overrun ability though, because she's like a big snake creature. She'll just like run you right over and like knock you down. And so you don't really want to have her loose and just knocking everybody over, because it can get pretty messy. We're not going to do Spartan method for this. We're just going to do the Smasher method. Okay, we're just going to do whatever the hell you want method. But you just talk to her, and then she is going to teleport to one of her 4 platforms. So she went right there, and there's an outer platform in each of the cardinal directions. Okay, and she's going to bounce around. And you got archers up there shooting down at you, which can be a pain in the ass, especially on Reaper. Like when we did this, I think just on Reaper 4 or 5, you know, during Reaper Life, you know, we actually took out the archers just to make sure they were out of the way. We didn't want them pew-pewing us while we were fighting the Demon Queen. It didn't take long to kill them, and they will respawn, but it doesn't take long to, you know, beat them down every time. So you got a ranger down here, use spells, use ranged weapons, and once you beat her down to, you know, to about 90% health, then she will appear in the center here. And if you're a warlock, you can use your blast to hit her. Alright, and now she's going to appear in the center. And, you know, this is Epic Elite, but this is only a level 22 class, you know, or raid, level 24 on Epic Elite, so yeah, you can take your 30 in here. And she disappears after you beat her down for a little bit, and then Ifrits will spawn. They're gonna do fire damage, you know, and then you got these blades, right? These blades are flying across the platform here. You see these like ghostly blades. They'll tear you up. You don't wanna do too much damage here to me. I mean, it's only doing like single digit pretty much. Get a lot of PRR. But you know, if you're doing this at level, Heroic Elite, you're doing this at level, Reaper, those blades will mess you up. Once you get her down to like 15% health, then she goes to war. She says, I am war, I am destruction, blah blah blah, and then she disappears and reappears in the center, and then she's like, she flies into a crazy rage, and she like hits a lot faster and a lot harder and stuff. And you know, traditionally, like if groups were gonna wipe, it was gonna be at that point. That looks like it's about, oh, she's already going to war. I didn't see the message, but I'm not really paying attention. And that's it. That's Demon Queen pre-raid raid. Now you have to run the pre-raid every time. So in 3 days from now, if I want to do this again, I could do the pre-raid again, then this. So for those of you who have never done this before, because some of you said you've never done this, some of you, even if you've never raided, I hope that the next time that I do a live stream, that you will tell me that you've done this, because it's totally soloable. And like I said, just do it on heroic normal if you want to, just to try it. You know, that's a starting point. Live stream longer. What I'm doing now is, ooh, Shard of the Stam Storm glasses.
Nice.
That's what Lil Mama just got.
D20 if anybody wants them. But yeah, just do it on heroic normal. You know, that's a starting point. It's gonna be, if you have an epic tune, it's gonna be easy. And it's a great way to farm for your, you know, your heroic loot. Another important point is that when you do your 20th raid completions, for pretty much every raid, give you a special reward.
Our live stream, and I hope you're satisfied.
Thank you.
Now, in the Demon Queen raid, this is critically important. Some of you watching may not know this. when you do your 20th completion of the DQ raid on Heroic, you get a list of base items. And there's only about a 60% chance that any given item will be on that list. There's a lot of items. Base items. Do your 20th on Heroic if you want base items. If you do your 20th completion on Epic, you get a list of Epic shards. So make sure that you are cognizant of that you are on your 20th, and make sure you do the 20th run on Epic or Heroic, depending on if you're looking for shards or a base item. And the shards is the same thing, about 60% chance that any given shard will be on there. It's only shards for the raid items, too. It's not shards for the Slayer area items. So you're not going to get a shard of the Ring of Spell Storing, for example. But you can get a shard of the Torque. Sinatra, I have only done that quest like 3 times. I did it when it first came out, and then like once or twice thereafter. I just not really interested in that quest. And I don't know it well enough to do a walkthrough. I did that first look video if you want to go back and look through that. And you can watch us figure it out. It was kind of cool. Just nothing I really want from it. Actually, I kind of want the returning snowball, but I'm just too lazy to go in there and do it. Well, any last questions about DQ pre-raid or DQ raid or the Reaper Life series? Like I posted on my channel. Got a busy weekend, so I don't have time to post episode 3 until probably Monday. And episode 3 is going to be like one of our struggling episodes, and we are struggling through the Reaper Life series. I want to make sure that I'm very real, that we're not just blowing through it all. Like, it's a struggle for us, and I'm capturing some of those struggles on video, and I want you guys to see that. I want you to see where we are. I want to be very real about it all. That's awesome. I want to have a snowball fight with my guildies. So, well, thanks for watching, everybody. If there are any last questions about anything that we covered today, I'm going to be watching the chat for about 5 more minutes. But I'm going to shut the live stream down now. And for those of you who you said live stream more, after teaching raids are over, I plan to start live streaming just some regular content. I don't have any schedule for that right now, but I definitely want to live stream at least once per week. Okay, guys, I'm shutting down the live stream now. Like I said, I'll keep monitoring the chat for about 5 more minutes, and you guys have a great night.